Hello and welcome to WSN News for January 18th, 2018. Today is Thursday, which means it's our last show of the week. My name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the voice of Written Sins. Tonight's program is brought to us by The Creative Process, the must-read reading list. And we're going to get into more about that as it's our top story for tonight. Let's check what else happened today on Written Sins. Valentine's Day at Gotham City Pizza. Celebrate your love of pizza and comics with the Stabity Bunny creator Richard Rivera. That's an event in Florida at Gotham City Pizza. Some of you amazing sinners, creators might remember that we were doing something to help them raise money to repair a door that had been broken after a signing. That is the one and same place. I am tentatively gonna be there. I have to make sure how plans are for Valentine's Day, but I think I might be there. My role is yet to be determined. As of right now, I am slated to be press. We'll see. Maybe that'll change as we get closer and I realize what I have ahead of me. Eric Hudson's YouTube channel is now part of the 100-Day Challenge. He's been spending every day giving you insights into the artistic way while showing you behind the scenes features and different scenes for Dinosaur Man, my new favorite webcomic. James vs. the New World Order is still waiting for your love, and it's a post-apocalyptic economy set in an ambiguous, not-so-distant future. Back James today on Kickstarter. Throwback thread. Your Jedi tricks won't work on us. The 7 deadly questions went against Eli Isaiah. And all year long, you guys are going to be seeing these throwback threads. Now, you can also see in our corner right here as we're scrolling down, we've begun to change the different fonts. Now, we didn't put up the Wednesday's WSN News. That's my fault. Kickstarter talk right there. We got to update the picture, but that's because it's from our Sinsful network. And this is the creative process, which was, I don't remember off the top of my head which one. I believe that creative process, yeah, the reading list is down here. Spoken Sins, the last one we did was Marcel Dupree. We're going to hopefully get one up this week. And so this creative process was the creative process about how you're using Facebook. So check that out this weekend if you have some time. Kasai Homecoming, you guys know Kasai. We've been talking about it for a while. It's finally here on Kickstarter. It's time to get excited and get to Kickstarter. We're going to take a look at some amazing cause view from Fort Lauderdale. There was a throwback thread teasing Are You One of Us? And this was something for a big creator that we're excited about. On Monday's show, I'll reveal who that creator was. We brought up the must-read reading list for indie comics. We're going to go to that in just 1 minute. There's a throwback thread for Lewis Michael and the 7 Deadly Questions. If you haven't checked in with Lewis Michael, now's your chance. He doesn't care about PC, and he doesn't care about you. Check out this art. This fan art, Yancey Vogus transforms us into fans. We're going to check that out. Another throwback thread, the #1 rule, don't share a good idea. Don't share, wow. Breaking the #1 rule, don't share a good idea until you do it. We're going to take a look at that. Another throwback thread from yet late last night was, or early this morning, was a interview done with Written Sins Network Groups victims named James C. Munch. James C. Munch went and actually did this all through our messenger, which was unique. We've never done it since then, as it wasn't a great fit for us. And then the throwback process, week 24, which was a recap of the creative process back then. And Kickstarter, you guys knew about from yesterday, WSN News. For some reason, it's not showing for me today, which kind of worries me. It should be right here. So something obviously happened to the news program. I'll look at it, see if we can archive it. Yesterday's news was interesting, so we want to make sure that we bring it to you. So let's get into this. The must-read list. Well, actually, you know what? First, we'll look at the cosplay, and we'll do that as our main story before we move on. Here is Batgirl, amazing shot. I absolutely love the outfit. I love the headpiece. The cowl was very interesting in this regard. I thought she did a great job. This is some amazing fan art. Do you know who that is? I do. That's Computron, the Transformer made by Grimlock. I think in the comic book his origin's a little different, but in the cartoon, somehow Grimlock absorbs only information from Computron 1, but can't keep it in his mind. So he makes this amazing transformer. And it really is amazing. So that's Computron for you guys. And what he absorbed it from, I'm sorry, was Alphatran 1. If I said that wrong. Throwback thread. This is the creative process. Huge missed opportunities happening every Kickstarter. No one is selling ad space. Okay. 100 to 500 bucks gets you a page, sells 4 ads. And this was something, honestly, that I don't see being taken advantage of 2 years later a lot. I think people are kind of afraid of it. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea anymore. It was a great idea back then. People were doing it back in 2016, but I definitely saw it die in 2017. So the basic idea was that you sold a page of your book to someone else, but it all comes down to a marketing thing, and it's argumentative whether or not the investment's worth it. It really is argumentative. So I no longer think it's the great idea I did back then, but that comes with experience. And when you do things and you see enough, you begin to get experience, and experience drives you towards better ideas and better thinking. That's what's important about the creative process, even admitting I got this one wrong. So that one was on me. And I promise you, we're going to get to this must-read list in a minute. We're going to first talk about what was going on in our group today. We had some amazing art from Eli Isaiah, which we just talked about him. So how cool is that? There he is on our site. Eli making some amazing art. And Gary Scott said, free for the first 100 backers, you get Door, Treacherous Obsession. There's some working on 2 different projects is exhausting. Will Calloway is constantly on the move. And that's it. Not a lot going on this week. It seems like a slow week. I think it's the cold weather. Everyone's kind of procrastinating. Everyone's been sick. So luckily it's going to get warm this weekend, so that's great news. Let's see what I was tagged in. Kasai, number 1, is 3 backers away from 40. Let's march to the 40 in an hour to 40 backers in 24 hours. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. And here's some of the alternative covers that you guys can get. They're looking amazing. You guys got to get on this. Here's the creative process, the must-read list, which I promise we're getting to. I asked everybody, should Written Sins get a Twitch channel? I don't know Twitch. Everyone talks about it. Let me know. Should I do a Twitch channel? So far, no one's interested in it. This is the 100-day challenge that we talked about. This was kind of exciting. This is just news for me. My co-creator, Claudia, he sent in art from my project, and they call us monsters, which you guys can just saw there. And they were talking about it, and they said some nice things. I was like taken back by it. It was a great way to start my day. It was a great way to start my day. So very proud of the book, very proud of the art. Chuck and Claudia all did a great job in helping me get that book created and out to fans. And we're hearing good things about it. Creating an official must-read list for all books creators need to read. Post the books below, and we're going to be vetting this, and people keep talking about it. And we're going to keep adding it. And we're going to get into it in just a minute, I promise. I haven't vetted some of those books, so I don't want to necessarily talk about it. The one rule with it is I do want books that speak to creating and indie comics. Here is Sword Theory number 1. And that's the news last night, so we're done for now. So now we're going to get into our top story tonight. So our top story is the must-read campaign. So here's how it's going to work. I made a video. I told everyone about this. I want you to tell me the books that inspired you. So here we go. We start our continued education. It's now a slideshow, right or wrong, Dirk Manning. And notice that up here, there's a comment. This comment happened to be from me. It's creators giving a testimonial for this book. And I thought that was cool. That way you guys know that someone had read it and the importance to that. I gave a couple of these. Russell gave us his book, which is Sell Your Soul. I haven't read it. I can't really speak on it, but Russell's really excited about it. And I know Russell, so it's got to be a great book. And then for Scott McCloud, we had James Eric Hodson. And then we had Magna in Theory is from Claude Vallis. Great guy. He's been at my table. And How to Influence Friends was my suggestion. Great book. I've now listened to it because I do it on audio 4 times, so I'm excited about that. And now there's space for more. And at the end of it, I ask you to submit your email. If you haven't become a subscriber to Written Sins, now is the time. Join the almost 21,000 subscribers to Written Sins and get daily updates on what's new on the site. So let's check out, as we always do at the end of the program, it is time for This Week in Indie Comics. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so here we go. See all the exits off the Comic-Con highway, and spoilers, comic billboard time. It's Dave Jones in Victoria, Texas at the Victoria Comic-Con this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Remember, supporting Kickstarter only takes a single $1. $1 show support attracts attention, helps fund projects, supports indie creators, and helps create new worlds. Time to give last rites to these Kickstarters as time runs out and launches them off. And Metzger and Pazlog officially funded yesterday. We have not taken them off the countdown. That is just an oversight, but still very happy to celebrate it. The Globalist is seriously running out of time. You guys have less than 2 days to go. Get on it. It's the Globalists. The superhumans now control the UN, and with it, the world. Victoria Black is the world's most dangerous assassin, and she must protect her family from the organization for which she works. And remember that you always want to be someone who shows what you believe in. One of the great projects and great things to believe in is autism awareness, because autism awareness is about education and acceptance, educating the public and about the acceptance of special needs children and their value. Most autistic children and adults don't communicate or socialize the way typical individuals do. Autism Awareness R4AU attempts to break the barrier and help kids connect. They need a voice, and we give them one. They are our future. And if you're planning a Kickstarter or you've ran a Kickstarter and want to know more before you run the next one, I've got the perfect book for you. It's Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, second edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding, made by Madeline Holly Rising, who is the writer behind Kasa, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Extreme Championship Wrestling Most Wanted, XCT, is a high-quality artistic graphic novel anthology based within the XCT universe. James vs. the New Worlder is the post-apocalyptic action comedy. Buy your tickets to this great comic today on Kickstarter. Seed Seekers Volume 2. It's the first 2 issues brought together, and it's asking you to become a huge part of the Seed Seekers. Life in Space is a comic book anthology created in 100 days by artists who have completed the 100 Days Challenge by Kevin Cross to make comics. The Genius Lenny Pavo, Wrestling's Smartest Man, the comic book biography of Leaping Lenny Pavo, brother of Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah, a wrestling legend in his own right. Sword Theory #1 in action. Fantasy tale of self-discovery and revenge is a comic as a young man perfects the art of swords. Zombie's End, an uncanny solution horror graphic novel. A living head in a bucket must convince humanity that the only solution to the zombie apocalypse lies within his own chaotic mind. The ominous adventures of Poppy and Poe, a goth girl, circus tightrope walker, and her demonic money take on killer clowns and more, now on Kickstarter. Kasa, we talked about Madeline Holly Rising, has the privilege, as she puts it, to write this amazing book. It looks beautiful. It's Kasa Homecoming. Kasa returns home to Kyoto, Japan, to figure out how to deal with her new superstardom and reunite with her estranged father. And every night and every program that we run about WSN News and Kickstarter Talk, we always want to take a moment to thank the veterans. Check out Veterans Wife and see how you can support veterans today. And thank you to all the veterans. We truly appreciate your service. We would like to give an extra special thank you to the veterans that don't want to be recognized, the silent stoic veterans, for the horrors they have seen in war. It's for them nothing to be thanked for. They don't put it out there for the world to know, but they are truly struggling, for now they are battling their own war here at home. You are not alone. You are loved, and you will always be to us a hero, even if you refuse that title. This has been WSN News for this week. We are done. We will see you on Monday, January 22nd. We'll be talking about new things, all the things that happened over the weekend. The scheduling for this weekend should have a Spoken Sins for WSN, for Written Sins. We'll have a Spoken Sins special. We'll also be doing a creative process We'll be doing one this weekend, and we might do something else. We'll see. I've got some lettering duties to do this weekend. My neck's finally feeling good. I can lift my arms, so it's time to get back to lettering Fetish Babies 2. Sorry for the delay, any backers who backed after Matt. The neck injury kept me from being able to adequately letter for a couple of weeks. The neck is all healed. The PT seems to have worked. I thought I was in a bad shape last night. When Jax gave me a kick to the back of my neck, I felt like Paige for a few minutes, but the numbness has left my arms. So I'm ready to go. So I'll see you guys on Monday for WSN News. This is Mr. Anderson signing off.